Alright, now we're up to Friday the 13th, Part 4, the final chapter, which we all know is bullshit because at the end of the day they ended up making, what, 6 more movies? Granted, 4 more under the Paramount name and then 2 under the New Line Cinema name. So, I think the idea behind this, though, was the fact that they wanted to get rid of the franchise. I think Paramount was ashamed of it, so that's why they were gonna do this one. And another thing is this one actually took 2 years to make. So you'd think it would be like this big finale and whatnot. And yeah, this was a decent movie from what I remember. You got Corey Feldman. I think this might have been his first big role. Was for this movie, and I think from what I remember, I can't remember where I heard this from, but somebody said Corey Feldman was going to go in for a Halloween sequel, and it wasn't Halloween, it was Friday the 13th, which I thought was kind of funny. Yeah, Corey Feldman, he's a pretty likable character. He plays Tommy Jarvis, and real likable character. You know, he's probably one of the most recognized and likable characters of the franchise, other than Jason. But as far as the protagonists are concerned, um, I don't remember a lot of the kills from this movie, again, because they all kind of mesh together, so sometimes I probably have gotten some of the kills messed up, but I've tried to watch reviews just to see if there were any notable kills. I think there was one where the guy was watching the porno or whatever, and he gets killed. I remember that one. And of course the memorable kill with Tommy Jarvis at the end, with the on Jason. Um, but other than that, I mean, there's not much to say. I mean, there's no real point in going over the plot. Like I said, I, I'm just not even going to bother going over the plot with these. Unless they really change, which Part 5 I'll talk about. And, yeah, I'll go ahead and get into that when I get to that one next. Because that one is a little bit different. That one will take a little bit of explanation. But this one, I mean, what more can I say? I mean, it's supposed to be the ending of it. At the beginning, I think the third movie was actually supposed to be the last one, Part 3. Because you see the hatchet come into, the hatchet, I think, come into his head, and then he dies, and then at the beginning of this one, he's at the morgue, and then he comes back and kills, the people at the morgue, and he's back. So, he wasn't really dead, I guess, but in this movie, though, I think Jason truly dies in this one. That's why in Part 6, obviously, if you guys know how it goes, Tommy Jarvis resurrects Jason, which is another thing. He's not in Part 5, really. So that's kind of another thing to talk about. So I think by this point, I think they truly did try to kill him off, but then, of course, next year, 85, they brought back Jason. Or they didn't bring back Jason, but they made another sequel, and then in Part 6, they brought back Jason, so yeah. There's really not much to say about the movie. I mean, nothing more that hasn't already been said. Again, Corey Feldman is Tommy Jarvis. He does a pretty good job for a kid. And like I said, I think this was his first big starring role. And then when he went to do Friday the 13th Part 6, he just did he did it on like a weekend or something, which I'll talk about. And then I think he did the Goonies. So, because they have that little opening scene. But yeah, Corey Feldman's pretty cool in this movie. So yeah, I mean, I think in this movie, I'm pretty sure it was this one. The one where he makes all the masks and stuff. Pretty sure it was this one, if I remember right. And they look pretty cool. But there's not much else I can say, honestly. I mean, every other Friday the 13th is just kind of your typical Friday the 13th. Now, the next one, Part 5, is pretty different. It's kind of the same, but it's pretty different. But I'll get to that when I get to that one. So, again, I know this is shorter. These videos just get shorter and shorter, it seems. So, I'll go ahead and end it there. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys for the next Friday the 13th video, part 5. So, until next time, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.